Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are slicing into one of the most delicious and, let's be honest, divisive debates in the entire food world, New York versus Chicago pizza. This is a rivalry that's built on crust, cheese, and a whole lot of city pride.
And let's just start with the question that kicks the whole thing off, right? You show a Chicago deep dish to a New Yorker, and you can practically hear them thinking, is that a pizza, or did someone just bake lasagna in a pie dish? But is the debate really that simple? Let's find out.
All right, let's get down to it. We're going to start from the ground up with the foundation of any great pizza, the crust. And believe me, this is where you see just how differently these two cities think about the whole shebang.
And here it is, the core difference in a nutshell. On one side, you've got the New York slice. It's thin, it's foldable. It was basically engineered for a fast-paced city. It's grab-and-go food. But Chicago deep dish? Oh, that is a full-on commitment. It's a literal pizza pie with this thick, buttery crust that basically demands you sit down, take a breath, and give it your undivided attention.
And this quote from a New York pizza maker just says it all, doesn't it? Their pizza is all about freedom, about convenience. Now, I'm not sure I'd recommend actually putting it in your back pocket, but you get the point. This is food for a city that literally never stops moving.
Okay, so if the crust is where their philosophies start to split, well, the way these pizzas are actually built is where they become total, complete culinary opposites.
The New York slice is exactly what you picture in your head when you think pizza. It's simple, it's classic. You've got your dough, a nice thin layer of sauce, that beautiful blanket of mozzarella, and then your toppings. It's a formula that just works.
But Chicago? Chicago flips the entire script. First, the dough gets pressed into this deep pan, creating these high walls. Then, and this is the wild part, the cheese goes down first, a thick layer right on the dough. Then come the toppings. And the sauce gets ladled over everything right at the very end. And believe it or not, there's a genius reason for this whole upside-down method.
And that reason is all about the time it spends in the oven. A New York slice gets blasted in a super hot oven, and it's ready in just a few minutes. That Chicago pie, though, it needs 40, sometimes 50 minutes to cook all the way through. So by putting that chunky sauce on top, it acts like a shield, protecting all that amazing cheese and the toppings from getting burnt to a crisp. It all comes down to speed versus some serious patience.
So it seems pretty clear, right? Chicago's whole pizza identity is built around this giant fork and knife deep dish pie. Well, not so fast. This is where the story takes a really, really surprising turn.
You know, if you start digging around online forums or talking to people who actually live in Chicago, you start hearing this recurring theme. A lot of them will tell you, yeah, deep dish is great, but it's not what they eat all the time. It's more of a special occasion thing, you know? Something you get when your cousin from out of town visits.
So if they're not chowing down on deep dish every Friday night, what are they eating? Well, allow me to introduce you to tavern-style pizza. This, my friends, is Chicago's other signature pizza. It's got this super thin, crispy, almost cracker-like crust, and it's always cut into these little squares, what they call a party cut, which makes it perfect for sharing.
And the numbers here are kind of shocking. They totally back this up. According to Grubhub data, the world-famous deep dish only makes up about 9% of all pizza deliveries in Chicago. The vast majority, a whopping 91%, is tavern-style and other thin-crust pizzas. It turns out, Chicago is a thin-crust town. Who knew?
Okay, let's head into our final round and try to make sense of all this. After that huge tavern-style twist, where does this great pizza debate actually stand?
So when you just lay it all out like this, the contrasts are pretty amazing. New York pizza is exactly what it seems to be, the fast, foldable, iconic slice of the city. Chicago's deep dish is absolutely an icon too, but its actual role in the city's daily life is way more complicated, especially with that lesser-known tavern style being the real local hero.
And of course, this delicious debate doesn't just stop in New York and Chicago. Oh no, other cities have thrown their dough in the ring. You've got Detroit's incredible square pie with those crispy, caramelized cheese edges. You've got New Haven's charred and chewy a-pizza. And then there's St. Louis with its unique cracker-thin crust. The pizza world is just huge and amazing.
You know, in the end, this whole rivalry just proves that pizza can be whatever you want it to be. It can be a quick bite on a busy street, a hearty sit-down meal with friends, or a local secret just waiting to be discovered. So after all that, the only question that really matters is, which slice are you grabbing?